Good Monday morning. I am hopping on here. Haven't posted anything all weekend because I actually got busy this weekend and did some things. Well, my husband and I did some things around the house that we've been meaning to, and we finally decided to get off our butts and finally do it. So I am on here. What I put on there is, what are you doing during your mandatory stay at home, your quarantine time? I actually shut down my business a week and 2 days ago voluntarily because I value my clients' health very, very much, and myself and my family. And I'm pretty sure that I told you guys the last time I hopped on was Thursday morning. My usual time is Thursday evenings, but I've been trying to be more diligent about having good subjects to talk about, good things. And I can honestly say this has been a learning curve for me being at home because being at work actually really occupied my brain. It helped to keep, I don't know, I guess it's basically the same thing as it to keep my brain occupied. I'm not thinking about what's going on at home. I'm not thinking about, different things and about him, of course. So last Monday, my first Monday when I stayed at home a week from today, it was a very, very difficult day because I was at home and constant reminders of him are here. His urn is out in the living room. I'm in my office right now, so I've been trying to be very diligent about keeping it professional, keeping it in my business. But here with you guys, it's extremely more personal because you guys really do know me more in depth than I would say I would give to my clients because I try to keep it on professional level. With here, I do try to keep it somewhat professional, but I also want to say that I've learned so much from you guys, as in you reaching out to me because I'm not one for friends. So it has been very good about looking inward. Hey, Jill, thank you. I appreciate that. Speaking of friends, um, I've been learning to look inward of what I can do. I've been trying to be very diligent, and every day last week I exercised. I was very proud of myself. I'm using this time to take care of me because I am here all day until my husband gets home by myself. It has been a huge adjustment. Now, my office is right here, so I am looking out the bedroom window, which used to be my oldest son's bedroom window. So as I'm facing towards you, I'm actually facing a window. Behind me, as you see that door right there, is a closet. That is the other corner. And now if I point forward and go over, that is the door to the office. And right next to that door is Grayson's room. So every time I come into this office, I'm looking down into Grayson's room. It's still messy like he left it. I think it's a little bit messier now for the things that we just threw in there. So everyday reminders are there. So every time I walk down to my office, it's like, hey, there's his room that he's not in, and he's not home during this quarantine time, or he's not at work. My brain likes to play tricks on me, and the other groups that I've been talking to, there was a lot of ladies actually have been saying, they make the comment, my son is a secret FBI agent or something like that, and he's out and I can't talk to him, or he faked his own death and stuff like that. I'm like, holy crap, I'm not the only one who's thought of that. I'm normal. It's been an experience. I can honestly say that. I've been better this past week as it has gone on. I'm doing really good. Monday today is I slept in a little bit, didn't mean to, because we really wiped ourselves out yesterday because we did a lot outside and we were just old and tired. So that's what we're going through now. I am getting on here because of we got a phone call yesterday, and yes, I said yesterday. My husband's from New York, so there's a little few things that I say that's a little off there. So yesterday, we got a phone call yesterday about a gentleman who is having a difficult time because good morning, Michelle. Um, Sorry, I read the comments. Squirrel, I apologize. He had called and he's talking to the gentleman who is a chaplain who helped us, especially me, when we were there at Grayson School the day that it happened. He's an absolute fabulous, phenomenal, down to earth. When I first met him, I didn't think he was a chaplain because I made the comment that I'm not into that Christian stuff. That was a little funny, and his comment coming back to me was priceless. So he and I clicked very quickly. He is a really good guy, and he tries very hard. He's one of the first ones that if anything happens to this in the schools, all the chaplains are immediately dispatched and to go into schools to help for counseling. And he is really, really good about his job and really wants to get out there into the schools, and he's been pushing people towards my page. And last night was an eye-opening experience because this is something that my husband and I have been really doing subconsciously, I guess you can say. Story short, the gentleman lost his wife a few years ago. His daughter just recently killed herself because she was very in anguish about losing her mom and not dealing with it very well. I think the mom was sick and she died from some sickness. The girl, a few years later, which is very recently, killed herself. So now it is just him and the son. So the son now is just getting into his preteens. So all this going on has really shattered that family. So they went from a family of 4, now they're down to 2. Ever since the wife died a few years ago, of course, the husband has turned to alcohol, which most men do. And I can honestly say alcoholism, it is sad. It is very sad. Alcoholism runs in my family quite strongly. My grandfather was an alcoholic, and we've realized he was an alcoholic till the day he died. My mother self-taught or self-treated her bipolarism with alcohol for many, many years. Basically, anyone in my family, I mean, that we all used alcohol. So I can honestly say I have been drinking a whole lot more since Grayson has passed, and so is my husband. And my husband is usually not a drinker either, and we've been doing that a lot lately. So last night was something that we got the phone call because our lives we have put out so publicly. We have been very direct. We have been very honest in our things in life. You're right, it is awful. It was just such a sad story. I mean, we got off the phone, we're like, oh, you know, it puts things into check because I know that I have to be careful with me drinking alcohol because it is so easy to slip back into those old habits. It is so easy for my husband to do it, and he's not usually one to drink, not at all, because of his dad. His brother doesn't touch alcohol at all and hasn't ever since I've known him. So it's one of those things where we have to be very careful. So where I was going with that is that the father has been drinking a lot of alcohol. So now that the child is, it's just him and the boy, the boy immediately sees his dad come home and pops open a beer, and then that's all they're doing. So, it is one of those things. I wish they would just legalize it. I'm telling you that it would be the greatest thing ever for people because it really helps with anxiety, inflammation. That's a whole nother ball game. I can go on and on about that. So yes, it has its medicinal purposes. It helps tremendously. But alcohol is not good. It actually can kill you. It destroys your body. It does a lot. So this is what the boy is seeing the dad do. That's his way of coping with it. So the boy is now becoming in trouble a lot. So the boy has been setting fire to things. He's been doing other things and not hanging around with good people. So last night it really made me put in perspective once again of my purpose. All of you are on here. I just popped on, didn't tell you what I was doing, and I have, as of right this moment, I have 12. I can see it in my little screen. I have 12 of you on that are watching me, and you guys are interacting with me, and it gives me such hope. And you guys have been reaching out to me and telling me messages. Even perfectly strangers are still reaching out to me and say, hey, you have no idea how much you've helped me. It helps me to hear these stories, to hear that we are helping, because last night with that chaplain calling us, he told us all this to say, I am directing him to you and to your husband because you guys have made this so public that people need to hear it. So he's using us, me, as a tool for other people who are going through this to get through this. It is not something that you will ever recover from. It is not something that you'll get over. It's not something that you will heal from. It is something that you learn to live with. It is something that you learn to cope with. It is not an easy task, because I can honestly tell you, Saturday, I was in a great mood, had everything, was it Saturday? No, Sunday, yesterday. In a great mood. We put a lot of our things for our garden. We started a bunch of seeds. We were sitting there and we took a moment just to sit down because we're old and, we're trying to. And it is definitely, we were sitting there and I received a message from a young lady who actually knew Grayson. And I just started bawling. Absolutely started bawling. For a good way and a bad way, because she gave me such an amazing story about Grayson and how much that she truly misses him and how much he was a light in her life. And it was just one of those things where you sit, you have too many emotions going on. I'm jealous that she's telling me things because I want to miss him more than anybody else. I'm his mom. I should miss him before anybody else. But then again, it's like, everybody else is feeling the pain too. A mother's pain is different than a father's pain. A father's pain is different than a brother's pain. And, friends, it's all different. And it's one of those things. Oh, thank you, Jill. I appreciate that. No, it's not easy telling his story. And it's not easy telling these things that people are telling us. But I know it needs to be said. I know that people are listening. I'm finally realizing that people are truly listening to my words. So that's why I am trying to be more diligent about being on here, being better about talking about different things. And with the last live that I did on Thursday morning, I'm actually going to try to be better. Well, not try. I will be better about going through the different stages of grief, because 2 months ago and how it is now, they are different. I can honestly, I had said last week, my anger was very, very rough still. I'm slowly getting over that. Very, very slowly. I still have my moments. Denial is still really bad. Like I was saying earlier, I think, well, maybe it wasn't him that died. Maybe it's somebody else. God, do we have a wrong body in that box? Your mind thinks of some really weird stuff. I can promise you that. You're sitting there and you're looking at his urn and like, is that really him? No, he's going to walk through there. No, he's just gone somewhere. He's on a vacation or he's out. You start thinking that you are crazy and you're like, okay, if I tell anybody, they're going to put me in a love me jacket in a padded room, which right now would not be a bad idea. But anyway, so I'm trying to be very good about being on here and you guys seeing me, whether it be sad, mad, glad, happy, whatever emotion is, you guys need to understand and understand that you're going to go through so many emotions in one moment or in one day. And also, if I'm making such an impact in such a small way now, I want more. I am being selfish in that respect. I want to help more and more and more and more. Now, as of right now, with this lovely quarantine that's going on, I can't, because we were supposed to have on Saturday, we were supposed to have an event that we were going to. There was going to be U.S. diplomats and senators there that I actually were able to speak in front of, but that didn't happen because of this lovely virus. So I was very disappointed in that. But then again, it also gives me time to retrospect and even put into more perspective of how I should speak. So with talking with you guys really helps me to understand that. Now, I know some of you that are on here actually want to get me on the base, and that is first and foremost what I really want, that and being in the schools. Some of you on here are actually in the schools as well. Once we get through this, we're all in this together. We're going to have a huge sit down, face-to-face talk with everyone, and I'm trying to be strong, I really am. We're all going to sit and figure out how we can do this. Some of you have gone through the same thing that I have with our children being gone, and you want to help. Some of you want to help side by side. Some of you want to help silently. However you want to help, that's absolutely phenomenal, because we are all in this together. And for the ones who have not lost your child due to what we have, you have the compassion and you have the connections. So that's why I want to keep reaching out, because this is a purpose. This is something that I am going to keep reaching out to. I want to keep hearing the stories. I want to keep talking to people. And with him directing people to this page, I want to be better about the rawness, the honesty, and to be the one to comfort. Not that I want the attention, because I don't. I'm not that type of person. But I can offer something to those people that some people can't, especially if you haven't gone through it. So I really try very hard to make an effort to whatever is going on in my head to tell you guys. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to me. Thank you. Sorry, stop reading. Squirrel again. Saying that they love seeing us and how strong we are, and I love you all. And I love you too. I appreciate that. And I look awesome today. I just put on makeup. That's all I did, because this would not be good without makeup. But yes, I'm trying to learn how to smile again. I'm trying to live. Being here in the house, I've been very good about exercising. So I've been trying to hold myself accountable. I can hold other people accountable, but I can't hold myself accountable. And I don't have people hold me accountable. Not that they don't want to, is I don't allow people that. I'm just such a strong-minded, strong-willed type person. I'm just a stubborn jackass. That's just me. It's my personality. But yes, I'm going to be on here a lot more. If there's anything that you guys can think of subject-wise that you would like a little bit more elaboration on, or if you think someone would benefit that you know of from a certain perspective or something, let me know. Either send me a message, or if you have my phone number, text me. There are different things that I am looking forward to talking about, but sometimes a little bit different perspective from other people really does help the interaction. I mean, I can talk to a wall and have a great conversation, but it's nice to have that interaction as well. So with that said, I hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. And I wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I've said it before. Thank you does not seem enough, but it's really all that I have. And I really thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I know without you guys, I wouldn't be getting through this as I am. So I appreciate all that, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. I know that you don't reach out on a daily basis, and please don't feel guilty about that. It is okay. You don't have to. And when you do, I absolutely love it. I appreciate that. So I am honestly very aware of you guys always sending me messages or sending in when you think of me, and I appreciate that, because it does make a difference. It really does make a difference. So I thank you. So I'm going to get off of here now. You guys take care of your quarantine time. You do what you need to, because some of us are going a little stir crazy. I am being better about doing things around the house. My house is so clean. Never expected it to be like that. But I'm also exercising because I'm trying to get my head right and my body right. So with you, I appreciate all of you. I will get on here, and if, like I said, if there's something that you really want to know more about, send me a message, because I'm also going to be talking about PTSD. I'm also going to be talking about suicide is not just for our teenage children or our young children. Suicide is adults, older people, and for many different reasons, like I had spoken about a couple of weeks ago. There's no ever a really good reason, but there are so many reasons that people give for committing suicide. So if there's something in particular that you want to hear more about, please let me know. And I'm actually going to start rehearsing my speech, however you want to say it, when I go to, hopefully it'll be held in July for the Emergency Services Behavioral Health Summit, and it's geared towards firemen and police officers, 911 dispatch, and paramedics and EMS workers, because believe it or not, in firefighters and police officers, more of them kill themselves than they do die in the line of duty. That is mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. So I'm going to be going over that as well. So all right, I'm going to shut up now. So you guys have an amazing day. Happy Monday, and I'll see you next time. All right, guys, have a good one.